I got a taste for something really, really good that's related to, believe it or not, y'all, the Prohibition. Can y'all tell what I'm getting ready to make with the egg yolk? I got some garlic and salt in here. I got some Lee and Perrin Worcestershire sauce, and I got some olive oil. That's not all the ingredients, but based on what you see right now, can you tell what I'm about to make? I'm about to make an original Caesar salad that has a very interesting history. So in my little mortar and pestle, I have some garlic and some salt. Now, if I had a wooden bowl, a wooden salad bowl, I would actually mix this up in a wooden salad bowl instead of here, but I'm using a glass salad bowl because I really don't have a wooden salad bowl. But if I had a wood salad bowl, I would mix this up and make it into a paste like I'm doing. This is just 1 clove of garlic with a little bit of salt. And I'm just gonna mash it up a little bit. And I'm gonna add to it anchovies. But let me tell you little fun facts about the Caesar salad that I found so interesting. Basically, this salad was initially called the aviator salad. And the reason it was called the aviator salad was from all of those aviators flying into, it was originated in Tijuana, Mexico at a restaurant. And all of those aviators were flying liquor from Mexico to the United States during the Prohibition time. Isn't that cool? So it was initially called the aviator salad. So I've added the anchovies, and the restaurant was owned by a man named Caesar, who was an Italian immigrant who had restaurants, I believe, in the States, and also was operating this restaurant in Tijuana, Mexico. And the salad, you know, y'all have heard me repeatedly talk about how a lot of food stuff that we eat today, that we enjoy today, is a direct result of mistakes and mishaps. And this is all I got to eat. And they have become famous. Well, the same thing happened with the Caesar salad. So they had a big 4th of July people, a whole bunch of people come in for the 4th of July. Okay. And so they were running out of food. And as they were running out of food, they had to figure out something to do. So what they did was they put together the Caesar salad, which was what they had left in the kitchen. And they actually started preparing the salad table side. You know how you go out to the restaurant and they bring the salad over to your table? It was initially started like that because they only had like romaine lettuce and a few other ingredients, and they wanted it to appear special, and so they started serving it that way. Okay, so we got our anchovies, garlic, and a little bit of salt because the anchovies are really salty, mixed into a paste. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them in this bowl with this egg yolk. So the anchovies and garlic is added to the egg yolk, and we're just going to mix that up a little bit. And then we're going to add up some mustard and some Worcestershire sauce and a little olive oil. And it's going to be a delicious salad. I've been craving this salad for a few days, and I just got all the ingredients in my latest grocery run, and that's why I wanted to make it for you and tell you the little history behind it. And believe it or not, Julia Child says she remembered eating this salad back in the 1920s. This salad was created in 1924, and she says she remembered eating the salad in Tijuana, Mexico as a child in the 1920s. She didn't know exactly what year it was, but it was in the 1920s when she was a child. She remembered eating this salad. I just added a little mustard to it, Dijon mustard, because that's how it was originally made. But look, the next time I make it, when I'm not on film, y'all know I love this Coleman's mustard. This mustard is so good. It's so good, y'all. Try it. I promise you. It's so good. All it says is that it has spices in it. And what I believe is that it has, horseradish. I got a net in my kitchen. I believe it has horseradish in it, but it doesn't say that. So I've added a little mustard in it. And next I'm going to add a little Worcestershire sauce and a little olive oil. I've added a little olive oil and a little Worcestershire sauce, and now I'm mixing in just a little bit of Parmesan cheese because I don't want to make too much dressing because everything I make, y'all, I got to eat. So I just got a little Parmesan in here, and we're going to mix that up. So let's talk about what's all in a Caesar salad. You got romaine lettuce, you got croutons, you got a little bit of lemon juice, which I haven't added yet. You got olive oil, you got the eggs or the egg yolk. I think they made it with the egg yolk initially. Worcestershire sauce, anchovies actually weren't added until like the 1940s. And you got garlic and Dijon mustard and Parmesan cheese and some black pepper. I'm going to add a little lemon juice to thin this out a little bit, and then we're going to plate up. Now, this is something I always advise you to do, is that as you're mixing ingredients, make sure you're tasting what you're mixing together. So you got to taste this. My God, the lemon just, whoo, it just took it up to another level, y'all. It took it up to another level. It's like it brightened it. It cut a little bit of the saltiness out of it, but it still got enough saltiness. It's delicious. So the way that they initially served this salad was with the lettuce, the romaine lettuce, just like this. And so they would toss it like this and serve it on a plate just like this. So we're going to do that first, and then I'm going to chop it up and show you how that looks. So this is probably how you're used to seeing a Caesar salad, with the Caesar's lettuce, with the romaine lettuce cut up like this and the croutons and the Parmesan on top. But it was traditionally served like this and on the table, was mixed up on the table so that the guests could do this. Y'all, that dressing is so good. Oh, have mercy. So that's the difference between the two. Of course, we've modernized them. Oh my God, that's so good. Y'all, let's go sit down and eat. Hold on. Okay, y'all, here we are in the dining room. It's getting ready to rain, so it's really, really dark in here, even though it's light outside. But look at this. I love this salad now. Of course, we've updated it and decided to put chicken and whatever else we put on it. Hold on, let me get a bite. It's all in the dressing. It's all in the dressing. Oh my God. It's so good. It's so good. I just find the history of food so interesting, of how meals come together, meals become famous. A lot of times we're just using like whatever you have in the kitchen, in your imagination. So I want to encourage y'all, when y'all got vegetables and fruit and stuff in the refrigerator, try throwing some of your favorite ones together and just see what you can make up. Whether you're steaming them, sauteing them, roasting them, whatever. Because a lot of times we have stuff in our pantries and in our kitchen that feed our families. We just, most of the times, are craving things that we're used to. So instead of going for that craving, go ahead and mix up something and see, you may create something that's so wonderful that other family members may want it or whatnot. But this is a great salad that just happened on accident, and it was created basically to help feed the guys who were running liquor between the U.S. and Mexico, and they just used what they had in the kitchen. And if you don't like anchovies, leave the anchovies out. But know that this is a wonderful salad, and you can serve it both ways, either way you want to. And of course, now we add chicken to ours. We do so many things with Caesar salads now, but these are basically the original ways that the salad was prepared, and it is still delicious. It stands the test of time. And that's what I want to reiterate on my channel, is that when you're using basic good ingredients, it doesn't have to be so over the top. It could be something as simple as a head of lettuce and some mustard and some Worcestershire sauce and some eggs and a little bit of oil, a little bit of garlic and some cheese, and you can make you something super fantastic. I could actually see this way, the way that they served it in Mexico initially, like this. I could see you sitting there eating it, having a nice light glass of a mimosa, of a light sparkling wine or something like that. I could see this very, very easily. So this is an elegant way actually to serve the salad, and delicious. Y'all, that salad is so delicious. I'm getting ready to get off of here. Y'all make sure y'all go up there and watch my next video. I'm loving this salad series that I'm doing. I'm loving learning the history of these salads and sharing them with you. And as I continue to prepare meals, I don't give you measurements in these salads because I'm just making the salads for one. I'm just kind of eyeballing things, and that's what I want to encourage you to do too as you're cooking stuff like this. Now, when we're baking, we got to have the right measurements, but as we're cooking and making salads and preparing food and stuff like that, it's basically an eyeball thing and how many people you serving. And I'm just serving myself. I got enough dressing left in there to make me another big salad that I am going to enjoy today. But go up there and watch my next video. And y'all go out and make it a great day. I'm Dale Taylor, and I will see y'all on the next video. Bye now. Round two. Y'all know this is my only meal today. And it's good. Bye. Finish for real. That salad was so good. Make y'all a Caesar salad the original way. It's so good.